Alrighty, people. Alright, we are going to be going through Rage Against the Machine's Wake Up. Up next. Hello, hello, welcome back. So this is the second track this week from our Rage Against the Machine week, if you like. Looking at some of Tom Morello's finest work. And there is a lot of it, but we're only going to really scratch the surface. So Wake Up, which was, I believe, on the Matrix soundtrack, if I remember rightly. There's some good stuff in it. So we've got our normal Tom Morello sound, which we'll go through in a second. We've got the whammy, and we've got a bit of wah as well. I think he uses a voice box on the actual album, but live he uses a wah, so we'll replicate that. Drop D tuning. Let's go for the main tone. So punchy as ever. We're on our neck pickup. We've got the Hampstead Odyssey playing the same tone that we had for our other Rage Against the Machine track we did the other day. And it's just awesome fun to play along with. Now the whammy pedal in this is in the solo. We're not going to go through the solo. There's a little chunk at the end. I mean, it's a load of noise basically. But if you do want the solo, then comment below, as ever. But there's one part where you need to set the harmony side of the pedal to an octave above, and it's just for that. It's just for that bit later on in the tune. The wah-wah pedal, you're just going to whack her backwards and forwards in the kind of first solo section, or bridge, middle, or breakdown section, whatever you want to call it. So let's start from the beginning, shall we, people? We've got this first, which is a volume swell octave on the 5th fret on the A string. And then you're going to play this. Stop myself because you could just play that forever. So one guitar part plays that, which is basically a 5, 6, 7, and you're going to play a whole bar of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then a rest, then you're going to play 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you change to just a normal D power chord. Then back. Now over the top is just this. Now I've put the first riff into my looper, so you can see I'm not playing that. So let's try and play along with it. Here's the loop. I'll let the loop play once round and then I'll come in, right? Turning the looper off and going to a D chord while the bass plays, right? So all you're doing is basically playing a bar of, and then you bend it, start bending it up just before the end of the bar, and then you're going to be bending that up half a fret. So that's the 1st fret on the G string up to the 2nd fret on the G string. And then back down again, right? Pretty basic. Live, I think he detunes his G string for that. So do what you want there. And then you've got this fill where you play 8. So you're on the 10th fret on the E string there, and the 13th fret, and you're going to play. But you occasionally catch 12th fret on the G string, right? So I've tabbed out exactly where that hits, but I mean, I would just play. And then crack on with the riff, right? So 8 of those. Just a unison bend, right? Bog standard, you're bending the 13th fret up a 4-step. And you also play 10th fret on the E. And then you're into the main riff. And there's a few fills. So let me play that through slowly. And then round you go. Alright, so you're going to play 3 on the E. And that's the 3rd fret on the A string. Then you're going to play another E, and then a hammer-on from the 2nd to the 3rd on the A string. And then you've got this run. So a hammer-on from the 3rd to the 5th. And then open E, and then 3-2, right? And then that fill comes in. So that's the same as the first bit. Then you're going to play. So that fill very slowly. So what I think he does is he does a hammer on from the 5th to the 7th and the 7th to the 8th. And then he picks the 8th and the 10th. Like that, okay? So, one more time slowly. So that comes in on the 4th measure. Then you're going to play around another 3 times. And then the 2nd fill goes. Okay? Which is just an octave played on the 17th fret, okay? So you've got the 17th fret on the A string, 19th fret on the G. And you probably want to play with the alternate picking as well. Then you're into that. Masterpiece. Now, over this part, there are actually 2 guitar parts on the album, and there is a wah. And the wah is playing this in the background. Right, which is 4 with it in heel position and 4 with it in toe position. Load of whackers basically. And but Tom's main part is and all that good stuff, right? Let me slow that down for you. It starts on the 3rd fret on the A string. A few little incidental whacks in there, just more for rhythmic, nuance than anything else really, and it should kind of happen naturally, but I'll go through them. So you go 3rd fret to 5th fret, rest, whack. Then you play the same thing with a 3rd fret on the D string to the 5th fret on the A string. And then again, from the, basically a C power chord, 5th to the root. That's the 5th fret on the D to the 3rd fret on the A. And then you've got the 3rd fret to the 4th fret. Then you go back to the 3rd fret and do it again. Okay, so it's got that kind of bouncy feel, right? So I think you do 7 of those, and then on the 8th time you play, and that's the fill. So the last 2 times of that would be. And there's a few fills. I'll show you those as well. The first one comes in after 4 of these. Another 4 of those. Then you're going to play. Okay, and all you're going to play there is a muted couple of strings there, which is basically the G and the B string. You're on the 10th fret muting those, and the rest is all upstrokes, okay, because it's offbeat. So you're going to be playing the 10th fret on the, again, the G and the B string, but it's staccato, so. Alright? So you do 6, and then, okay, so 7 in total, but 6 staccato. And then next time round I think it goes, just does a slide up to the 19th fret, and then back down again. Then you're going to go back into the main riff, and one of the fills in that section, rather than doing on the last time round, you play this, which is basically a Jimi Hendrix chord on the 17th fret. So it would be, and you're back into that, right? There's an awesome fill in this. My favourite fill, actually. In fact, I love that one. And this one, possibly equally. And it goes like this. So good. So that in context would be. And it's doubled by the bass as well, I think. Just sounds amazing. 2 more fills. One of them is. So you just strum the strings on the other side of the nut. And it's the last beat, so 2, 3. And then the last one is just this. So that in context. And those are triplets. 7th and the 5th fret. And then the 6th fret to the 5th. But you hold them together and slide up. And then slide down, okay? So it's nice and fluid. Then we've got our little wah-wah solo. And behind that, very simple chords. Repeat that round. So it's just a D, 10th fret, which is C, 3rd fret, which is an F, and then back to the D. Now at that point you could abandon your pick and just play, I mean it's actually harder with your thumb. If you play with your 1st and 2nd fingers here, do it with your plectrum and your middle finger. I think the wah is just rocking backwards and forwards throughout, and that's quite tricky actually. So you've got to kind of get a bit of syncopation going between your foot and your hand. So it would be something like this. Alright, and then that riff gets cut in half to... Alright, so it gets cut off there. I'm not going to spend too much time on that solo-y bit because it should be pretty straightforward, right? Just follow the tab and you cannot go wrong. So coming out of that, it is... Alright, so slightly weird timing, I guess. It comes in halfway through the bar, so you're going to play 9 notes in that last bar. Now that riff, which is awesome, it's very Metallica actually, it's just 6 5 3 5 0 3 5, and then second time round it you go to the 3rd fret, right? But you're playing got double stops, or you know what would be 5 chords, but because you've detuned the D string, it's all played with like one finger, right? So Tom always seems to play it just using his 3rd and his 1st fingers, right? So rather than stretching up too much, he goes, so he slides down from the 6th to the 5th. And from there, you're going to play 4 of these. Alright, the drums have come in at that point, right? And there's like a bar of 2/4, because then you're going to play... Alright, I think that was the right amount of times, but essentially you play 4 bars of... Or just count 4 of the... Alright, so do 4 of those with palm muting. And then you're going to start to lighten the palm muting, right? And then you're going to change dynamics immediately and play. And it's the same rhythm as you were playing right at the beginning, but you're just palm muting and playing the 5th fret on the D string with the same rhythm, okay? Right, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4. Play that for 4 times, and then you play it again 4 times, but this time you're going to add in the low, what is now the D string. You could put in the 7th fret on the D as well if you want. That for 4 times. Then you're back into the... that bit again, right? But this time when you come out of it, you're going to bang the whammy pedal on. Remember with that setting, so you've got the whammy pedal flat down and it's set to 1 octave above, and then you're going to play this same fill but with a slightly different rhythm, so it's... There's a bit of noodly bit there, right? So that rhythm is just... You let that die a natural death, okay? And that's it for the whammy. Then there's just one other little bit, which is some chords. chords are just the open top 3 strings or low 3 strings, and then a C chord. I forget what that is, but you've got a C chord without your first finger. At least that's what it sounds like to me. So you play that round 3 times. On the 4th time you do, and then you're back into that chunk at the end. So thank you again for watching. One more to come this week. Ooh, yes. And it's a beauty. Remember to head over to Instagram and follow me over there if you haven't already, because I'll start to put more stuff up over there now. It's quite cool. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.